Hi, everyone. I'm from Phyllis. I am thrilled to welcome our next guest, former Haas F1 team principal and star of his hit docuseries on Netflix, Drive to Survive. We want to welcome Guenther Steiner and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me. Hello to everyone.
Oh, this is awesome. You are currently on tour on your Unfiltered live, theatrical show. Tell our viewers more about the show.
More about the show. The show is it's my second book, and I'm doing the show with the ghostwriter of my book, or my co-writer with the book, and we are discussing things a little bit where I come from, how I got into motorsport. I'm doing it a long time. Next year it's 40 years, a little bit of background there, the people I worked with, and then also a big element is how I set up Haas F1, sitting on a kitchen table, writing up a business plan. And then we speak also about current things happening in Formula One at the moment. And
Mm.
at the end of the show, we have about 15, 20 minutes where the audience can put their questions in.
Okay. I love that. So is there a big difference, just kind of touching on what you just said? Is there a big difference in what's happening now than what happened, 40 years ago? What's going on now?
Just a little, I was 40 years younger. That was the biggest
Right.
difference. Which was good.
Yeah.
We all say the good old days. The best thing was I was 40 years younger, in the good old days. So
Right.
no,
But
no,
you
I
know
mean,
more now.
oh, absolutely, but could be dangerous if you know too much when you're too young. But no, motorsport has changed a lot in the last 40 years. It's a sport which developed immensely from what it was.
Right.
Technology developed, the entertainment factor is a complete different one. So it's a big, big change from 40 years ago.
Now, what's been the biggest challenge from being like the team principal at Haas to a TV analyst and team owner? What's been
It was not difficult at all. Everything was,
really?
was getting easier.
Really?
No, yeah, no. When you're when I've been in motorsport, I said a long time on the other side of it, I call it, at the performing side. And when you leave it after so long time, it's like, and I didn't plan to going to the TV analyst and doing books and stuff like this. People ask me to do things, and actually, it is something different, and it's always nice to learn something new. I learned a complete different way of looking at Formula One, of motorsport in general, to look at it from a journalistic side of it, not from the performing side of it. So
Okay.
complete different, but it's I'm still learning. But by no means I know as much as you guys know about media and stuff like this. But I'm learning, and because when you are in there in Formula One or in any motorsport, you just think about going racing. You don't think what else it needs to be successful, and that's what I'm learning now.
Wow. So, speaking of that, do you watch the races differently since you've left Haas?
Yeah, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
have any pressure anymore. I enjoy them more.
Right? You're, there's no pressure. You're
But
just
I mean,
enjoying.
yeah, exactly. And on Sunday night, I won because I don't have to think about it anymore. Before,
Right.
on Sunday night, the work started because obviously with us, we never won a race or anything. So you always, you finish the race and then the work starts on Monday to try to make it better for next time. Now on Sunday night, once I've put my microphone down, I'm
Yeah.
done. I go
You're
back to the
done.
hotel or to the airport. I'm done. Nothing to
Yeah.
think about.
Oh my, that has to be so refreshing.
It's different, because
Yeah.
when you do this, when you run a team, that is what you want to do because you
Right.
cannot run a team. You need to want it to do. If you just do it for a job, it doesn't last because that is what you want to do. But obviously, not knowing that life has got other things to offer as well, in addition to racing. When once you get to the other side, is a lot. I wouldn't say easier. It's just different.
Now you've worked with both experienced drivers and rookies. What's the key to, really managing the different types of drivers and their personalities?
I think that the key to is to understand where they come from, how they think, to get to understand what they want in life and things, and just get close to them, but not too close. I always, being a friend, and it's the same like if you've got somebody who works with you and he's your best friend, at some
Mhm.
stage it will not work anymore. So, but
Right.
you need to be close to them that you understand when they have a problem, when they tell you something, that you take them seriously. And
Mhm.
obviously, it's a high pressure sport, and sometimes just be with them when they're under pressure, try to guide them because when you have rookies, they are young normally, not only as drivers, also as human beings, and you just need to adapt to them and try to get the best out of them by understanding how they think.
So, which of your new roles, because you got a few of them, provides you really with the greatest satisfaction and self-purpose? Which would you pick? All of them.
Exactly, yeah, I think so because it's there is not one good and the other one's bad. They are all different, but all of them gives me some kick. Doing a
Mhm.
show is a kick. It's like a show is we did more than 80 up to now, James and me, but you go away from the show, you forget about. But I know that in 2 weeks we will start again, or less than 2 weeks. It's now. We will start in Philly, go to India, and then come to Chicago. But you have to perform. But I get a good kick of out if I see that people enjoy themselves at the show.
Right. Do you ever get nervous when you're up there? Because it's different. No.
No, no. I'm
No,
getting
none of
bored to get
that.
nervous. No, I would get nervous if I would not be confident that I know what I'm saying and what I'm doing. But I've done it so long, and it sound. I don't want to sound arrogant, but it's one of these things. You know what you're talking about, and
Right.
it's like, yeah, there is an answer, and I'm pretty confident in talking about racing.
Well, Gunther, thank you again. We cannot wait. You can catch Gunther Steiner one night only on his Unfiltered live show at the Cadillac Theater on November 15th. We can't wait to see you.
Thank you, Phyllis. Thanks for having me.